This is the plaintiff, Sarah Welton. She says she rented an apartment from the defendant, and their relationship lasted for only 6 months. Now she's having a heck of a time getting the woman to return the balance of her security deposit. She never damaged anything, and being a landlord herself, she knows how to care for property and knows what the defendant's doing is not only unfair, it's unlawful. She's suing for $800, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Felicia Laird. She says she was in shock when she saw the condition of the apartment after the plaintiff vacated. It was filthy dirty, with a sticky goo on everything she touched. She had to clean everything on her hands and knees, and if the plaintiff thinks she's her maid and works for free, she's sorely mistaken. She's accused of keeping the money.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff rented an apartment from the defendant, moved out after only 6 months, didn't get her security deposit back. The defendant says it's amazing what a mess the plaintiff made after only a half a year. It's the case of you and the apartment were both hot messes.
Hey, Douglas, Sarah Welton?
Yes, ma'am.
You are suing your former landlord or roommate, as the case may be, Felicia Laird, for $800, a balance of a security deposit that you say she is wrongfully withholding.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's going on?
I rented an apartment from Miss Laird last year, July, and stayed for 6 months. I moved out the end of January.
And how long were you supposed to stay?
6 months.
Okay.
I moved in because I was going to school at Columbia. And and I spent most of my time there. And, honestly, I didn't even cook there, slept and studied, and moved out. And
why did you cook there?
Nobody in New York cooks.
Nobody in New York cooks?
Nobody in New York cooks. The
life of a student.
I was going to say, the student's diet.
Geez, boil some water, have something homemade, honey.
Don't tell my mother.
Yeah, no, is that your mother?
No.
Who's that?
Aunt. Don't tell my aunt.
Don't tell your aunt. Okay, so what happened though? Did you have a good relationship with her during those 6 months?
Honestly, I laid eyes on Felicia twice. She was my roommate, but
quote unquote. Now, do you have an actual email that codifies the agreement between you guys?
Ma'am.
Let me see it.
Yes.
Okay, where were you living during this time?
I was down south helping my family, mostly my mom in Mississippi.
Okay, how often did you come back?
Whilst the plaintiff was there, I was not there more than a month at 2 different visits.
All right, so in those 30 days, did you note any damage that she was creating to your place?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, did you tell her about it?
Yes, at 4 months. My first visit was at 4 months. That's when I gave her a notice that I was not extending the contract. Okay. And I stated in there that the condition of the apartment was not the way she had rented it.
Okay, how did you convey that notice?
In a letter.
Okay, do you have proof of mailing?
I have the letter here.
Okay, can I see the letter? Did you get a letter from her?
She wrote a note and left it on the kitchen counter, and it said, I believe to the effect that it wasn't, she didn't believe the apartment was clean.
Okay.
My mom was actually visiting at the time, and, I said to her, what do you think? She said, Sarah, I would tell you if I thought the apartment was dirty, and I don't think the apartment was dirty. And Ms. Laird certainly didn't mention any damages.
Okay. Sarah, it is quite evident that you are unhappy in my apartment. You have complained about smoking in the building, which is out of my control, the size of my small apartment, and the fact that I am here as agreed upon in the lease. Your phone call on Monday, which you stated I needed to stay in a hotel or with a friend, was completely out of control. I lowered the rent by $100 to help you out. I ask that you take care of my apartment and maintain the same level of cleanliness and order as when you moved in, which you have not. So as of January 31st, this roommate lease is terminated. I need in text or email your move-out date so that I can pick up the keys. And then you say to her, okay, thanks for the heads up. Please let me know if I need to do anything prior to 1/31, or I will assume that my $1,000 deposit will be returned in full. So she gave you a $1,000 security deposit, right?
Correct.
Tell me what it is that you notice is damage that would authorize you to keep $800. Do you have pictures?
Oh, yes, ma'am. These are pictures of when she moved out.
What is this a picture of?
The floor in the bathroom.
This is disgusting. This is not just, it wouldn't take your mother to say that that's disgusting. I mean, whether it's $800 disgusting is different.
I must show you some.
Show it to your aunt. I would hardly call that spotless, babe. Did you have a pet?
No,
What is all this, though? What is all this black hair? It can't be yours.
I have no idea, honestly.
I have
yeah.
short hair.
Just a second.
I don't know. I don't have a pet.
What is it? Where is this picture taken?
That's on the floor. It was hair everywhere.
Yeah, but where? What floor? The kitchen, the bathroom, the bedroom? What was it?
That one was in the den.
Okay, sweetheart, take a look at these. What, is she sabotaging the place, or is this how you left it? What is this? This is the damage to the refrigerator door?
And then there's a dent on the other picture, and then there were some dents on this, like a knee on the middle of the refrigerator.
What is this?
That is the refrigerator, in the refrigerator.
Okay, that's something that spilled that needed to be cleaned up.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay.
And she did cook.
I don't know how.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at if the oven was turned into you that way, I mean, the stovetop was turned into you that way, you would never have accepted it. It's filthy. So I'm not sure what you're saying. I mean, I'm still not sure it's $800
Yeah,
worth. I'm just telling you that this is not spotless. What's this?
I will say.
That's when I came back in January, about a week before she was to move out. I couldn't get to my computer, my couch, or my end table.
Okay, but she didn't leave this stuff behind.
No, this was stuff she moved in that goes to her new apartment.
Right.
I will say
And this is a picture of how it got to you. What are you going to say about how incredibly disgusting that is? Tell me.
those pictures had to have been taken before I moved all my stuff out and before I came back to clean, because I did come back to clean after all of my stuff was out, after the apartment was completely vacated. I came back and scrubbed the floor, cleaned the bathroom.
Did you take pictures after you cleaned it?
No.
Do you have a phone?
Yeah.
Does your phone take pictures? Do you take pictures like my children do of every stupid thing that goes by you to put on
No.
Instagram,
In fact,
or Facebook, every little stupid insignificant thing, but don't take pictures when you know this person's giving you trouble about your security deposit.
I just got my first smartphone, so no, I don't take pictures of everything.
No, but you're paying for Columbia, but you can't pay for a camera or
Pretty
a smartphone?
much, it's a trade-off.
Yeah. Notice to all landlords and tenants, you take pictures before and you take pictures after. And if you're really good, you have people sign them.
Your Honor.
Just a moment. Give me your itemized list of what you're withholding and why.
And these are the receipts.
You are withholding $400 for deep cleaning of the entire apartment, including the refrigerator.
Correct.
Okay. You are withholding $35 for damage to the refrigerator and water damage to the bathroom cabinet. Show me the proof of the water damage to the bathroom. Is that in the pictures you gave me earlier?
You can see the water damage line on the side of the cabinet, and it's coming apart.
Was there a leak in the bathroom?
No. When I first moved in, Ms. Laird left me a laundry list of things to sort of be aware of in the apartment.
Uh-huh.
The toilet, if you don't close the cover, water flies everywhere. And that her shower tends to leak, and that the people above her shower tends to leak.
Can I see that?
And there were spots. I don't have the note. No, I don't have
Did
the
you
note.
leave her such a note?
So if a tenant damages an apartment during the lease, can the landlord throw them out, or do you have to wait till the end of the lease?
You definitely have to wait till the end of the lease.
Even if the landlord sees the tenants trashing the apartment?
It's questionable to me.
I'm going to go way in the back. What do you think?
I think it depends on the situation, how much the damage has been occurred.
It's a lot of damage.
Throw them out.
Can you throw them out?
Depends on the law. If the law says you can, then you can. If the law
But there is a lease. That's the problem. Going inside the courtroom.
Did you leave her a note that said when you flush the toilet, the water goes everywhere?
To shut the lid, correct.
Right. And did you leave her a note that the above stairs apartment sometimes leaks down?
No.
There were water stains on the ceiling, and I guess my point is that I was very diligent about laying down 2 or 3 towels every time I took a shower. You know, I actually moved the shower
Okay, so you have
curtain.
pictures of the whole, you're withholding $290 for patching holes and painting walls. Can I see that?
And that's the supplies of,
No, pictures. I need pictures of the holes that were patched and pictures of why it needed painting. Because I'll make her pay for what she damaged, but where are the pictures of the holes or something she did to the paint job that would require her to have to pay for it?
okay,
You don't have that?
No,
Oh, you
I do
have that.
I do
Okay.
have a couple
Here, I'll hand them
pictures.
all back.
Judge.
Hold on.
That's that's in one of the rooms.
We're talking about this circle?
That the sheetrock was pulled off the wall. This was where the tub needed to be snaked. You can see that it didn't drain. And this was dirt on the walls.
How big is this apartment?
It's about 700 square foot, I guess. I have the measurements of the room. I don't know.
Why would it be $400 to clean a 700 square foot apartment? Even as disgusting as this is, and she shouldn't have left it that way, how much can you legitimately claim to clean it? What is this a picture of? It looks like mold.
You said it was dirt on the wall?
That's
mold.
That's footprints on the walls where she had her computer.
Go, girl. Why are there footprints on the wall?
I have no idea.
Well, I don't know. Okay, I got to tell you something. This is going to live in infamy. This is disgusting. Why do you keep saying that? Like, oh, I'm so immaculately
Well,
clean.
no, I mean,
You can understand, okay, being a Columbia student, okay, that a judge might be just a little bit skeptical of that if you didn't bother to take pictures of such a thing.
I didn't take pictures, and that is
Right, and that is bad because it's sort of ironic that somebody who's never around there would get a chance to take these pictures and then use them against you if you actually left it clean. She would see that you actually came back and cleaned it. This is gross. All right? Stop. I'm done. And this is how you got it. All right, guys. The total amount of the deposit was $1,000, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then
you
I had
agree
one
with
more bill.
$94 being deducted, which was for the Con Edison
Yes,
bill
ma'am.
that came in after you left. All right. I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm going to make a reasonable decision guesstimate of what I think that should cost. Certainly, she pays for the Con Ed bill. She's not even contesting that. And given the filth of the apartment, I am going to award you more than what I would normally award for the cleaning of an apartment, and that's $250. That means that what you need to return to her is a check for $656. That is my verdict.
So the plaintiff does collect not everything she sued for. Step in here, the defendant. What's your reaction to the judge's ruling here?
Well, I'll never rent to someone over the phone. I'll have to interview them first.
All right, well, that's
Lesson
a good
learned.
That's a good idea. She claims she cleaned that place and left it in clean condition. The pictures you showed were filthy dirty. How did it get so dirty after she cleaned it?
That is the condition it was when she left.
All right,
Thank
just
you.
head right down this way. No more renting over the phone by her, she said. All right, so come on in here. You satisfied with what you got out of this?
It's over. I'm happy.
Was it embarrassing to look at those pictures in there?
I cleaned it after I left. It's
But
okay.
that's the way it was before you cleaned it, though, right?
Right.
It's kind of a tough conditions to live in.
I don't know. I guess that's why you hire cleaning agents.
All right, Harvey?
Okay, that extremely tall gentleman in the back actually has the point. It does depend on what the lease says, but even if the lease says the tenant's allowed to stay, and it firmly says that, sometimes judges apply good faith to these contracts, and good faith means you cannot extremely trash the apartment, and if you do, there might be a case for throwing the tenant out. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.